Alright, this is an NU battle against my good friend Dan from Smogan. This is one of, I think, our third battle, and he wanted to battle and put a video up for his channel, so this is it. I'm using a pretty weird team, using my lead camera up with Stealth Rock. He sets up a Rock Polish, which isn't very good for me, because now he's going to go for the Earthquake and take me out in one shot, because I have 0 defensive EVs on this camera up, and have very shit defense. So not so good there. Super effective, obviously, with the Earthquake. That takes me out because Radon has massive attack. I go for the Aqua Jet, knowing it won't kill, even though I have Life Orb and it is Stab. But my main goal was so he would die from his Life Orb, so that is great. I do lose one of my best sweepers, which is my Sharpedo, which I have not used in a very fucking long time. But he goes down to that Earthquake, which isn't too bad because now that lead Rhydon is gone, even though he got the Rock Polish up. So I go into my Rampardos, my Scarf Rampardos with Mold Breaker. He withdraws, makes a smart play, goes to Mantine. I don't overpredict this early in the game. I go for the Earthquake. That doesn't affect him because he has the Water Flying type. I have to switch out. So I go into my Porygon 2, my custom Porygon 2. If you saw my other video, he is a custom set. I get the download boost on the attack, so that doesn't do shit for me. He goes for the Surf. I know I have pretty good special defense. So he goes for that Surf, and then he goes for the Toxic the next turn, and I go for the Zap Can with the Zoom Lens, and it misses, and I was like, come on, that is the first time that shit has failed me in a very long time. So he goes for another Surf after I get some Toxic damage, and my health is going down. I live with around 139. I go for another Zap Cannon, and I miss again. Unfucking-believable. 2 misses in a row with Zap Cannon, which I pretty much relied on for a majority of my battles with this thing. I finally get the Zap Cannon off, living with 17 HP, which is great for me. Unfortunately, Mantine has massive amounts of special defense, so that will not take it out, even with the ×4. And I get the paralysis, kind of lag there, and I get the Toxic damage, and I'm dead. So yeah, a little bit of lag confused me there. So I die from the Toxic. I go into Muck, knowing that I don't want him to go for the Toxic on anything else, so he can't go for the Toxic on Muck, obviously, because it doesn't affect. And because I'm a special D-Wall, I know I can take the Surf. I take that really well. And I get the Black Sludge recovery, and now that he's paralyzed, I pretty much just curse up, hoping for some para hacks so he can't get any more damage off on me. Now I'm at +2. He goes for an Ice Beam, trying to get the freeze hacks, but that's not going to happen because it's only 10%, and because last time we battled, he did get a lot of hacks, and that shit is not happening again. Just no. No. Not fucking happening. So I go for another curse, I'm at +3. I know a Poison Jab will take this thing out, obviously. He goes for the Ice Beam. Still doesn't do much because I'm a special defense monster. Yeah, that's awesome. I get some Black Sludge recovery. He gets his Lefties recovery. He gets paralyzed finally. I go for the Poison Jab. I'm slower now because of the 3 curses, -3 speed. Even though he is paralyzed, Mantine has pretty average speed, so he will be faster even though he has 1/4 speed with paralysis. He goes on a Rock Soft, knowing I can't do shit to him because he is a fucking Rock type, and he's physically defensive. So I know even with +3 it's not going to do a lot because it's not very effective. I go for the Poison Jab, and I get the Poison, and I'm like, yeah, great for me. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, I got the burn. Oh, Jesus. Just hacks both ways. So we both kind of lulled at that because that was funny because when does that shit ever happen? I get the 30% or 20% burn chance, whatever the hell, poison chance, and he gets the 30% burn chance. So I just explode because I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. And it doesn't even kill it because he got my burn off. But if I did not have the burn, I would have killed it, so that is kind of sad face. In the 5th generation, if you didn't know, Explosion doesn't have the same effect. It doesn't half the opponent's defense like it did in Platinum and all the games before that. Which is kind of a letdown. So he predicts me to go for the Curse with my B-Barrel. I don't go for the Curse, I go straight for the Waterfall and knock him out. He was going to go for the Recover there. Hopefully I don't get the Flame Body, and I don't. He goes into his Cucumber Green Espeon. He gets the Stealth Rock damage and goes for the Psychic. And because he is a Specs Espeon, which I thought he was going to be a Calm Minding Espeon with Substitute, he is not. He goes for the Psychic, and that takes me out because of the Specs. So I go in Rampardos, knowing he can take this thing out in one shot with Stone Edge. He thought he was going to be faster, but I do have Scarf, which he didn't know until that point. And I do take him out with that Stone Edge, so that was great. Got to take out that Espeon, but he goes into Crunch, his own Sharpedo. Crunch. And he goes for the Aqua Jet, and that is going to take me out because Rampardos does not have great defensive stats. And because this Sharpedo is banded, which I figured out after because that obviously wouldn't have killed me. So good win, Dan, for you. Congrats on that one. Put that shit up on your channel. I'll go like that. Good game. See you later.